Good day, everyone. Good day, and welcome to Morning Sip with Rep Melissa. I am Rep Melissa. It's good to be with you all live today. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I certainly had a full, fabulous weekend. So I'll share more about that and some joy news. We are starting a new series today. And so a couple of weeks ago, we did a series that was inspired by the movie Disclosure Day. You'll remember how hyped up I was about Disclosure Day? I was pretty hyped. Well, a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, my girls and I went to see another very popular, talked about movie that is The Odyssey. The Odyssey. Has anyone seen The Odyssey yet? I think that movie is best described by one word: epic. It was epic. It was epic, y'all. It was epic. So if you don't know, The Odyssey is the latest film by Christopher Nolan. He's a very well-known, highly regarded director. And the movie is filled, chock full of stars. Chock full, who may only be on the screen for a couple of minutes, but they are there. But it's starring Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon and a bunch of other folks that we all know. And it's based on, if you don't know, the Odyssey is based on the ancient Greek epic poem attributed to Homer that follows the Greek king Odyssey and his 10-year journey home after the Trojan War and his fight to reclaim his kingdom. In a nutshell, that is the story of the Odyssey. And I love that. I'm sure what was I getting ready to say? I lost my train of thought, y'all, just like that. It'll come to me. So let me check in before I continue. So Sekou say he hasn't seen it yet. You sure it's epic? Yeah, Sekou, it's epic. It's good. It's good. It's a good time. It's a good time. It has all the elements that I appreciate in the movie, which is a good story. It keeps me interested and engaged. There's some action. There is the thread of love that is weaved throughout. There's some scary bits. There's some suspense. There's like all the elements that I like in good movie telling. Now, does it have some things that, yes, it has some things that, but overall, it's epic. Overall, it's epic. So I started thinking about, like Disclosure Day, some movies just linger for me. And the Odyssey lingered. It took a couple of days for it to settle in. Because to be honest, at first, I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. My girls were like, oh my God, that was so good. And I was like, okay. But then as it settled in, I started to like it even more and more. And even though I was like, it's all right, it was still epic. It never stopped being epic, Pamela. It never stopped being epic. Hey, stranger Shay. It never stopped being epic. So this got me to thinking about the Odyssey. And not just the poem that's attributed to Homer. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I love when they say something's attributed to someone. that means that it probably may not be. They may not have written it. Someone else may have written it, and this person is getting the credit for it. And that happens throughout history, right? That happens throughout history. So that's what I was going to say before. Anyway, the Odyssey inspired me to take a look at it through a metaphysical lens, similar to Disclosure Day. And so I looked up the meaning of the word Odyssey. And this is the definition: a long wandering or voyage, usually marked by many changes or a fortune. A long wandering or voyage, usually marked by many changes of fortune. Now, I think each of us can relate to that. I think each of us could relate to that because we're all on an odyssey, aren't we? Life is an odyssey, isn't it? We all are on a wandering voyage, and it is marked by change. Raise your hand if you agree. We are all on a wandering voyage that is marked by change. Life is an odyssey. Now, I'm not going to ruin it by sharing elements of the movie because, like, Sekou hasn't seen it yet, so Sekou, you need to go see it. However, there are some things that I want to point out. So I wrote some notes. And one of the things that really struck me, I thought about Ram Dass. So Ram Dass has a quote: "We are all just walking each other home. We are all just walking each other home." And that is what the Odyssey was for me. We could see the elements, the components, the people, the resources that led to this wandering and this voyage to return home. And in our lives, we can as well. In our lives, we also have the resources, the people, the challenges, the opportunities that guide us home again and again and again and again to the truth of who we are, to our divine nature. Because we go wandering off. I know I do. I go wandering off, and I got to go gather myself and bring her back home. Where you going? On a voyage, wandering off, forgetting who I am again. But then we remember again. Life to me is a journey of remembering who I am, truly who I am, my true divine nature. Because I can wander and I can temporarily forget, especially when life starts lifing, right? Maybe I'm the only one, because every challenge, every detour, every storm is inviting us to remember what has always been true. And what has always been true is that our divine nature, the truth of who we are, can never be lost. Can never be lost. It is always here, just awaiting our arrival again, as many times as necessary. So when I think about the movie now, I see it as life, and life being a sacred odyssey that we get to explore and that we get to experience, that we get to express, that we get to embody. We get to embody this odyssey that our life is. this journey home to our divine true selves, our divine nature. And that's exciting to me. So one of the things that came up to me as I was doing my inspirational journaling this morning was this. I said to myself that I travel, right? I travel through seasons. We all do. We travel through seasons of triumph and loss and certainty and uncertainty and forgetting and remembering. It is a voyage. It is a voyage. And within that voyage, we can listen for that quiet invitation to beckon us home again. So I know there's been times in my life where I have felt completely lost, not knowing which way to go, which way to turn, just feeling lost. And yet, in that feeling of what in the world am I to do now? I have learned through practice, through my spiritual practice, through the practice of experience, that if I keep going, I will move forward and I will remember again that this too shall pass, that this too is temporary, that this too is not something that is too big for the God of my understanding. So I have faith and I trust in a power greater than I am, that sees more than I could ever see, to lead and direct me, to never leave me as I journey through life, as I journey through this odyssey, this sacred odyssey that we all get to experience. And we get to experience the way in which we choose to experience it, even when we feel lost in it. When I come back to myself, even when I'm feeling lost, I still get to choose. When I've grounded myself, I get to choose the way in which I am experiencing this challenge. So that is what we will be exploring this week, our sacred odyssey. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I recommend that you go see it. And given this conversation, to look at it from a spiritual lens, to look at it through the journey of a sacred odyssey, and just see what you see, right? What comes up for you? How do you relate to it? When all things seems lost, when it seems like you'll never get back home to your true self, when you have forgotten who you are, there's someone holding the light for you. We get to hold the light for each other. That is what Ram Dass means when he says we are all just walking each other home. So I'm grateful that you all are walking me home, and I'm grateful to be in the company of walking you home as well. That's what we get to do for each other and with each other. All right, so let's get into some joy news. It is Tuesday, and I want to let you know that the first Wednesday of the month, we are back on schedule. We have completed our spiritual book study, and we're back on for our first Wednesday of the month visioning. So that is tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can go to Rockland CSL for the Zoom link. There it is, rocklandcsl.org for the Zoom link. I will guide you through the full practice of listening for the answers, listening to the answers that God whispers, that spirit, that love whispers to us. So if you haven't done visioning before, wonderful, wonderful. You come innocent and with a beginner's mind. If you have done it, come innocent and with a beginner's mind. So I guide you through the full practice based on the work of Michael Bernard Beckwith. So that is the joy news for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Think about your life as an Odyssey. And you are the star. You are the main character. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.